Hey everybody, welcome to Active Self-Protection Extra. Today, we're here at C2 Tactical in Scottsdale. I'm at the 338 Club. And today I want to talk to you about testing and checking your particular techniques. Today we're going to deal with the handgun grip and how you can do some testing in order to really see what's best for you. MagTech has maintained their high quality during the ammo panic and ramped production to the max. Their ammo is the only ammo I run on the range because of its performance and reliability. I recommend MagTech wholeheartedly. Now, I don't want this to devolve into an idea that says, oh, works for me or any of those things. We say that the principles of grip are universal, but the applications are very personal. And what I mean by that is that when we talk about, hey, we want to put front strap pressure as much as we can, we want to maintain our grip. Grip is the master, and so we want to maintain front strap pressure so that we control the muzzle rise on the gun. That is the universal principle. Now, we have some ways that we talk about doing that. We want to maximize the pressure at the bottom of the grip in the front because it's the longest lever to control recoil. We've done that on the channel. That's been around a whole bunch. One of the ways that we talk about the individuality of that is because my hand size is not your hand size. The gun that I'm shooting is not the gun that you're shooting. My grip strength is not your grip strength. The differential in my grip strength between my hands is not yours. So even when I show you, and we're going to work on some objective data today, it may not be identical to yours. And so I want you to go and do some testing on this stuff so then you can see the application of it in your particular instance. Now we're going to use some tools to do that. First of all, I'm going to use my Mantis X10 because it's going to give me some objective data as we look at different techniques, and we can say not how do I feel about it or what do I see here or what do I think about it, but what are the objective numbers? And objective numbers I think are always helpful. So in order to get away from any kind of bias on those things, I'm going to use the same gun. So I'm running my P30 LEM Wonder Blaster. I'm running it with the same ammo. So I'm running MagTech 115 grain 9mm here, which is what I shoot all the time. Freaking love this stuff, man. It's so consistent and so reliable. You know, you just don't have to worry about your ammo. That's a good thing. So the first thing that we're going to test today is grip pressures, right? So you'll hear all the time 60-40 or 70-30 or those things. I don't generally believe in that stuff, but let's put some on the recoil meter here on our Mantis X10. And what I'm going to really say is, you know, I've seen everything from you want to grip as hard as you possibly can with your strong hand and easy on your support hand to 50-50 to the opposite. I've seen some instructors teach, you know, hey man, you really want your dominant hand to be very soft, very supple, not used at all, and you want to be very firm 100% with your support hand. So let's do those four and see what we find. Here's the funny part. I'm not even positive what we're going to find. I'm testing here and I'm just inviting you along. So I might get surprised too. We just have a set of B8 targets set out at 10 yards. So we're going to look out for this. So these first 10 on the recoil meter, it is good live stuff here. Got my X10 mounted on the rail, which I think is the most advantageous position for it. Gives me the most accurate. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take 10 shots with as much dominant hand pressure as I can, but very little support hand pressure. And we're going to see what the recoil meter kind of says to me about it. So all the dominant hand pressure, but very soft support hand pressure. All right, there was 10. Average recovery time is about a half second. Our muzzle rise very high. I was trying to really get as much as I could, but without my support hand in there, you're starting to see that real kind of high muzzle rise, high recoil angle of 12 degrees on average. So we can kind of look through those and see, okay, what are we doing? So now some of those are much better. That last one, maybe I kind of just gave up the ghost there a little bit. We're seeing about 10 degrees, 9 degrees, 9, 10 and again. Okay, so my average recovery time of a half second is a big deal. There's about 10, 11 degrees, minus that last one that I apparently just gave the ghost up on. So let's just ignore that one. But we're around 10 and a half, maybe degrees. I'd have to look at all those. My recoil width, some better than others. So now let's go 50-50 and see a little bit more support hand pressure and a little bit less with the dominant hand. So from the perspective of accuracy, again, we're just at 10 yards. I put a couple in the 8 ring, but that's all I'm trying to do is stay in the 8-inch circle. So that's fine. The rest of those I shot in the 10 ring in a good sense. So that's perfectly acceptable from that perspective. All right, let's get a fresh magazine. We still got a few in that, but that's okay. Okay, so now I'm going to go, instead of a soft support hand, I'm gonna go like 75-25. So I'm gonna go like 2/3 maybe in my dominant hand and a little bit more support hand pressure, but not firm yet. So kind of as firm as I can get here. And we're good on that. Okay. Okay, there's 10 good rounds. So my average recovery time there, 0.54, and what we're seeing here is, again, that last one, maybe it's not so good, but around the same. We do get a few down around 7, 8, 9, so I think we're getting a little better because we're seeing some in that 10-degree range in terms of the muzzle rise, and I'm also looking, my recoil width tends to be a little bit better, it seems to me. And so my recoil angle and my recoil width a little bit more controllable when I add a little bit more support hand. Now we're going to try one very soft dominant hand and very firm support hand. Let's see what that does for us. All right, soft. This one's hard for me. I don't do this very often. Really hard support hand, soft dominant hand. We're good there? Okay. That was super hard for me. I don't do that one very often. One of the things you say, I will say this, my average recovery time, a couple hundredths of a second faster. Is that statistically significant? I'm not quite sure. Okay, so let's look here, 13, 9, 8 again, so that one's not bad, 10, 8, or actually in the 7s there, 7, 9, 2, pretty good. 9, 6, 5, I guess I'm feeling it's kind of hard for me to go hard here and not hard in my other one, but the thing that I'm kind of noticing that I saw is if you look at my recoil angle is kind of inconsistent, and that number 7 shot 32 degrees, it really kind of came out wide, and you can see that kind of right dip in it with that right hand really pulling hard like that. That could be a problem. All right, now then I'm going to show you the one that I like, and that's hard and hard. That's as much as I can do and without the gun shaking around. So very firm front to back and very firm side to side. Let's see what it gives us. We're gonna go at that same pace. I'm not trying to go fast. I'm not trying to go how fast can I go and get after things. I'm trying to see what the gun is doing in its recoil and give you some data. All right, so this last one, what you're seeing here is, now look at my average recovery time here, 0.29 seconds. I gotta tell you, I think that's pretty definitive. When I go hard and hard, I get much faster recovery time on the gun. And so there's 9, 7, 6, 8, 10 again, 12, that one's a little high, 9, 8. But the couple things that I notice is, if you notice, I get a very predictable and easy muzzle rise, and my recoil angle is pretty low. This number 6 shot here kind of notwithstanding. 3, -7, 9. So that last one, again, I kind of gave up the ghost on that one. But what I want you to see here is, I think for me, for my hands, for this gun, hard and hard is the best. And I think the data backs that up. So what does that mean for you? Well, I think that you ought to do that yourself. You ought to go and do some research on that. Now, you might say, gosh, John, I don't have a Mantis X10. That's cool, I get it. I'd recommend it. I think it's a great tool. They're our longest serving sponsor because of stuff like this. And what I can do on it, kind of shows what you can do on it. But if you don't have one, that's okay too. And what you can just do is track your sights and what is it that I'm able to get where I'm at. But this is why that kind of tool is pretty excellent. So for most shooters, what I'm going to recommend is not, more with this hand than that hand. It's as much as I can do with my dominant hand front to back without shaking the gun, and as much as I can do side to side without shaking the gun. Give it a try. Let me know how it goes for you.